Great rising, great rising. Um, kind of already went through these pairs earlier in the morning when I first woke up. Really didn't see nothing on the chart. Again, pretty much same thing we said on the weekly market breakdown, right? There's a lot of these pairs that we just have to wait for price to give us the breaks, right? And a lot of these other pairs are consolidating, right? So really not nothing to look at, but I decided to turn the stream on anyway so you guys could at least see how I look through these pairs one by one, what I look at, what I don't look at, so on and so forth. So we'll give everybody till 7:30 to join. So we'll give everybody 5 minutes and then we'll get started. Again, just gonna give everybody another 5 minutes, well, 4 minutes to join, 7:30, and then we'll get started. Any pairs you guys are looking at, let me know. Any specific pairs, anything that you want me to talk about, let me know. If not, we'll go over the pairs that we go over every single day, the ones with the red folder or red flag next to their name, and then once we go through these, we'll pretty much be done. It shouldn't be longer than 20-minute session, to be honest. Again, I'm not really looking at any pairs for today. Really not looking at any entries. So let's see what the markets have for us today. Again, just gonna give everybody another 2 minutes, and then we will get started. 2 minutes, 2 minutos. Shout out to the Heat, man. I'm not even gonna tweet the link out today. If you're here, you're here. If you're not here, you're not here, man. It is what it is. Oh, bro, I went to bed at like 9 p.m. last night. 8, 9 p.m. Woke up at like 10:30, went back to bed, woke up at like 12, went to my room, got on the floor, slept on the floor till like 2 in the morning, woke up again, back to bed, woke up again at like 5. Hey, yo, I can't fucking sleep. Yo, it's crazy, bro. I haven't slept in like 5 days. Like, I haven't had a good night's sleep in 5 days. At least I don't feel tired. That's the problem. Is like, I don't feel tired until nighttime comes. Once 6, 7, 8 p.m. comes, I'm crashed. Like, my body is just like, brother, lay down. I guess that's the good thing. The bad thing is, I'm fucking tired. Like, I just need to It's all good though. Again, guys, any questions before we get started, let me know. What I'm pretty much gonna do, again, I woke up pretty early this morning. I pretty much went through the charts one by one. Didn't really see nothing. But again, I'll do it again for you guys here so you guys can see how I attack the charts, what I look for. If the charts aren't aligning with what we need to see to be able to take a trade, then again, you guys already know patience is key when it comes to trading. I'm not gonna force any trades. It's a Monday, the week just started, the beginning of the month, right? Again, is the first week of the month. Gonna let price do what it has to do, let it develop a little bit more, and then once we start seeing trades developing, that's when we'll start taking them. But again, any questions that you guys have, let me know before we get started. Any specific pairs you want me to break down, anything you want me to talk about, any specific pairs you guys are looking at, just let me know and we'll go over those first. Um, and if not, then again, I just want to give everybody another couple minutes here to join, give you guys the opportunity to let me know in the chat if you have any questions. Again, any pairs that you're looking at, let me know. We'll give everybody another 2 minutes. So at 7:34 we'll get started, and I think that'll give us enough time to, or actually I'll give you guys till the 10-minute mark on the stream. So yeah, 2 minutes. A minute and a half actually. No questions in the chat. Oh, let me check the Discord real quick. Any questions in the Discord? We're good. All right. All right. So let's get started. So AU, once again, we'll start from the top, pretty much like daily time frame, and then go to the 30, just so we know where we're at, what we're looking for. So we know that AU on the 4 hour at least, right? Because on the daily, we know that we reached our first point of interest, which is again the first lower high to continue into the lower low, into that third push that we're looking for price to go back into the previous peak low, right? But again, I'm not really expecting price to give us the lower high here to then go. I'm expecting price to go a little bit higher up to close this 30-minute gap that's at the middle of the zone of consolidation. Once we fill this gap up, then I'll be expecting price to continue that trend back down to the bottom, right? Above everything else, in order for me to start looking for shorts, for price to continue the push down to the bottom, I need to see a break of structure after the change of character. Right, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, price then went down, gave us a change of character, lower low. I'm looking for a lower high. Once price gives us, I don't know why this moved, 1 second. Once price gives us a lower high, gives us a lower low break of structure, this is where I'll start looking to take a trade to continue the push down to the bottom. So before that, again, AU, I have nothing. You can see that price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low. At this point, there's only two things we got to look for. We're either going to look for price to break, to continue that push to the top side, or exactly what GJ did last week, which is what we were looking for, which is going to be the inducement of the highs to then continue the push back down to the bottom. So as of right now, there's nothing to trade. It's too early to tell. Price still hasn't developed. It hasn't given us a reason to take a trade just yet. So AU, I'm not going to trade it. We'll wait till price does what it has to do, and then we'll go on from there. AUD CAD, what is price doing? Moving sideways. Rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows. Right? And where are we right now? We're at the highs again. So what is there to trade here? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing to trade here. We're in a zone of consolidation. Once again, what is a zone of consolidation? We say this every single stream. For the people who are new here, make sure you write this down. If you aren't new here but you haven't taken any notes, make sure you write this down. A zone of consolidation is an area in the market where the market makers are trapping traders, inducing traders to get into a trade to hunt for stop losses. They're collecting contracts, right? Zones of consolidation, I stay away from. I'm not trading it until we either get an inducement to then continue the trend, or until we get a break of structure and then we get a retest to then continue, right? So right now for AUD CAD, we already know there's nothing on the table. Euro AUD already hit STP for the day, right? So we know that ADR is 115. 115 minus 33%, that's 77 pips. We have already done 89 pips for the day, so that's it. The move for the day on EA has already been given. So we can move on from that. Euro CAD, pretty much very similar to AU, only difference is that this is on an uptrend, right? Not only that, but we know that we're also in peak high territory. So once price already reached our peak high territory, that's it. There's nothing to trade here for me. Gonna wait it out. The only way I'll take ECADs again going long is if we have continuations back to the top side. So again, what I'll be looking for on ECAD before I start taking trades again, I need to see a break of structure after the change of character. Once again, we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Price came up, gave us a change of character, higher high. If price gives us this higher low, and then gives us a break and a retest, this is when I'll start getting back into the trades to go back to the top side. Anything before that, not going to do nothing. So ECAD, we could go ahead, turn this one off. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Well, tonight going into tomorrow. For EU, we know that we're trading at a higher high. looking for a higher low. Now, where do we expect the higher low to be? Again, my first point of interest, which is where I'm expecting price to give us a pullback to, is down to the 200 EMA, which is the white EMA, and is also exactly where that 30-minute gap is at the bottom of the chart, right? So, with that being said, why am I expecting that? Very simple. We're on an uptrend. We had level 1, push to the top side, perfect. Then what did we have? Zone of consolidation, right? After the zone of consolidation, what happened? We had the break, right? The break happened here. We had the retest, higher low. Then we had higher high. So what are we expecting? We're expecting a pullback, right? A pullback price to push down to give us a set higher low somewhere in this area. This is where I'll start looking to take the trades to go back to the top side. So when we go down to the 30-minute time frame, we can see that, right? And once again, before I could even take a trade going long, what do I need to see? I need to see the trend shift. What does that mean? Very simple. We were trading lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then what happened? Price came up and gave us a change of character, higher high. Just because you had a change of character, just because price finally gave you, a first break, we made a higher high, I'm going to start looking for longs. That is incorrect. The trend has not shifted. This could still be the inducement to trap traders, making them believe that this is where price is going to go higher. The real trend shift is after the change of character, when price gives you a valid break of structure. If price today, by the end of today, decides to give us a break, then cool. For the rest of the week, I'll be looking for price to give us a retest somewhere in this area to then continue. And that's alright. If we don't get this move, then we know price is going to go right back down. Right? So just got to be patient with EU. Once again, nothing to trade, so I'm just going to turn it off and go on to the next one. As you guys can see, I trade the exact same way every single pair. There's nothing different. It's all the same thing, rinse and repeat. Every single time you see me get into a trade is the exact same reason every single time. It's not impulse trades. It's not, oh, I feel like it's gonna go up, guys. I feel it. Look at this candle. I feel it. I'm not a wizard. I don't feel. I see and I know what I know. Right? This all is because of back testing, years of studying, hours on the charts. Right? There's no such thing as, oh, I feel like price is gonna go up. That's false. That you're gambling. And again, if you're here to gamble, you're on the wrong YouTube channel. Wrong person to start trading with. I'm not here to gamble. Again, that's why my win rate is so fucking high. But everybody else online would say, I feel, impulse trade. Alright. First thing you learn as a trader, when you learn from somebody serious, trading is not gambling. If you're not getting into trades with specific rules and reasonings behind it, you're gambling. And that's just what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're here to trade for, you like gambling, then I'm not here to judge. But again, I'm here for the longevity of trading. I love trading. This is what I want to do when I'm 40, 50 years old. This is what I want to do for life. Right? So GA, what is price doing? Right? Even though we see higher highs and even though we see higher lows, right? What in reality is price doing right now in this area? Just moving sideways. There's really no trend, right? Why? Even though we see higher highs and higher lows, what do we see? Every single time price is coming back down. Every single time. If there was a trend, we would have been out of this area already. Again, compare these type of moves that we have down here, comparing it to this, or comparing it to this. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Comparing it to real trends, where we could see price moving, right? So for GA, what am I going to do? Nothing. There's nothing to trade here, guys. Absolutely nothing. All right, we're still on a downtrend too. Still lower low, lower high, lower low. Gonna wait this one out. There's nothing to trade here. Even gave us a bearish exhaustion candle. And again, I don't trade going counter trend. I only trade with the direction of the overall trend. Oh yeah, and GA is also one that's in peak high territory. So regardless, I'm not gonna be trading this pair unless we have a continuation. Once we get a, oh man, why did I do that? I fucked up. No man, I just deleted it. GBPAUD. Alright, so GA, gonna turn it off. Go on to the next one. GCAD. Still good. We're expecting price to go up a little bit higher to the previous peak high at the highs at the top of the chart. Regardless, GCAD is one that gave us a fake break of structure to the high. This is not higher high, higher low, higher high. Price did not give us a valid break. This was an inducement of the high. So now when we go down to the 30-minute time frame, once again, what do I need to see? Price is giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then gave us a change of character, higher high. Once again, just because price gave you the first higher high does not mean price is going to go up. The 100% confirmation that price is going to continue is once you get the break of structure after the change of character. So again, very similar to the other pairs. What I'm looking for is for price to give me a break, retest. Once price gives us a retest, that's when I'll start getting into the trades to continue the push to the top side. Everything before that, there's no trades. So GCAD, skipping over it, go on to the next one. GJ. Overall, where are we? Overall, we're in an uptrend. We're still trading between higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down, gave us a higher low. And then what did price do? On the move back to the top side, it just gave us a zone of consolidation. And what did price do now on recent times? It gave us a rejection of the highs, went right back down to the bottom. So right now for GJ, I got nothing to trade. Nothing to trade. Right? We're either going to get, at this point, we had lower low, lower high, right? Change of character, lower low. If price gives us a break of these lows, then we know we're going to continue. But if price comes down and gives us an inducement of the lows, then this is where I'll start looking to take the trade to continue back to the top side. But as of right now, just got to be patient. We're stuck in a very, very big zone of consolidation, so we'll let price develop a little bit more. Wait for price to start trapping traders, and then that's when I'll start getting in. And once again, when we look at the STP for the day, either way, regardless of everything else, the move for the day has already been made. Right? ADR is 149. 149 minus 33%, that's 99 pips. When we look at how much price has moved today, it already did 123 pips, right? Out of 99, which is STP. So GJ's already done for the day. We'll come back another day. It's all good. GU. 1 second. 33, 63. All right. First things first. How many pips did we do today? And as you guys can see, same thing we talked about last night. It's the same thing I'm looking at for now. We've already did 59 pips out of the 63. That's STP. So we're almost done. But once again, we'll draw this out and we'll explain it. All we have on GU, lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. Once again, what I'm looking for on GU before I can start looking to take trades, it doesn't matter if price comes down to my engulfing candle. It doesn't matter if price gives me another engulfing candle. I don't care if there's a double bottom. It doesn't matter. What I'm looking for is structure, market structure. What I need to see before anything else, I need to see a valid break of these highs or retest. Once we get that retest, this is when I'll start getting in to continue. Any trades before this, super early, you're going to get trapped. Market maker's going to go straight to your stop loss. So GU, we'll come back to that tomorrow. And then NZD USD for the last 12 hours, we've just been moving sideways, no movement. We also know that this is a pair making lower low, lower high, lower low. Overall, where are we? What are we looking for? Right? We know that we are in an overall downtrend. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push back down to the bottom. And right now we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Zooming into where we're at, what is price doing in this area? Just moving sideways. Rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows. Coming back to the top side, coming back down to the bottom side. Right? And then the lower time frame looks a little bit better than the daily time frame. just in a zone of consolidation. So again, in a zone of consolidation, especially when you're looking for shorts, would you rather take a short position at the bottom of the zone of consolidation where price has rejected before, or would you rather take a trade at the top of the zone of consolidation going short where price has rejected the highs? You always want to take the trades at the top. The only way you take trades at the bottom of the zone of consolidation is if and when price gives you a break or retest to then continue. Any trades you take before that official break, you're in very choppy waters. Very choppy waters. Right, so NZD USD, gonna skip it, go on to the next one, man. That's it. It's really this easy, guys. There's nothing that I do on the charts that nobody else could do. Everybody could do this. But the one thing that not everybody has is patience. Oh, I got a trade today. I got a trade. Let me take a trade. Like, all right, buddy, go ahead. You know what I mean? Like, patience is key when it comes to trading, but if you don't have patience, you're done for. There's nothing I could do for you. US 30 STP for the day has already been hit. Again, looking at the ADR, 463 pips minus 33%. That's 310 pips. We already did today. For today, oh my god, why is everything going out of place? Come on, guys. We already did 394 pips for the day. So US 30 is already done. Turn that off, go to the next one. USD CAD, very similar to NZD USD, just moving sideways. At this point too, we're trading at a higher high. So already gonna skip this. Not even have to give an explanation for this one. USDs are same thing as USD CAD, just moving sideways. Not really looking at anything, gonna turn that off. Once again, I already knew there were no trades, but again, I wanted to turn the stream on so you guys could see exactly how it is that I look at my charts before I even consider to take a trade. Right, this is exactly what I do every single time. For gold, I'm not trading gold currently. Again, reason why, where are we? We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation on every single time frame. Just moving sideways. Middle of the zone of consolidation, 30-minute structure. Again, for people who don't understand market structure, everybody's thinking that this is lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, which is incorrect. We're in a big zone of consolidation and we're trading between this 30-minute high up here and this 30-minute low down here. Once again, when we're looking at it, dude, fuck off. We had lower low, lower high, lower low. What did price do? Sideways movement, went up, went down, all of this until this break over here. Then it gave us a change of character, higher high. Price never broke these highs, price never broke these lows. It was just in this area the entire time. Just moving sideways, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows. Very big zone of consolidation. Right? So right now for gold, there's nothing for me. All we know about gold at this point, we have these gaps at the bottom of the market, which is what I am expecting price to reach and to go down to. So for right now, we just gotta wait. And what are you waiting for? Well, okay, if you don't have a 30-minute low or a 30-minute high and this isn't structure, how do you know when to take trades to go back down to the bottom? It's very simple. The same way we knew about GJ, right? When we go back to GJ, again, like trading is all about being patient. And if you know the rules, you know the rules. If you don't know the rules, you're gonna get, you're gonna lose a lot. And that's okay. A lot of people like losing. It's very simple with GJ. How did we know when price was going to start going back to the top side? Well, if you're in a zone of consolidation, right, and we knew that the bottom of the zone of consolidation that has to be broken was these lows. It wasn't these lows down here. It was already tapped into. It gave you the rejection of these lows already. So you need to wait for price to give you an inducement of these lows down here. Right, so while everybody for the last 2 weeks were taking trades down here and not understanding that they're stuck in a zone of consolidation, price is not going to go up. What did we wait for? We waited for price to give us an inducement of these lows down here. Why is it an inducement? Because we never got a valid break. Again, that's another thing. If you don't know what a valid break of structure is, if you think this is the break of structure line, right? One candle prints here. You think this is a break of structure? You're incorrect. You're incorrect. This is not a valid break of structure. This is a testing candle. This is the inducement candle. All of these candles here were inducing. None of these candles gave you a valid break of structure, right? As soon as it gave you that inducement candle, what happened? Price then went up and filled the gap that was at the top over here. In one day, we did 260 pips. Think about that. Did I take the trade? No. Unfortunately, I'm not up at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. when the entries were given. STP was already hit by 3, 4 in the morning. And during NYC session, yeah, price decided to just continue, but we weren't expecting that to happen. We weren't expecting that to happen. We had news days, right? So it's very unfortunate that that's the time that they decided to give us the move when we've been waiting for this shit for a whole 2 weeks. But that's okay. It's never a missed opportunity in the charts. That's something I always say. It's never a missed opportunity, right? As long as you were able to see what was going to happen and it did exactly what you thought was going to happen, perfect. Next time it happens, you already know you could take a trade when it happens again. It's never a missed opportunity in the markets, right? So, again, the same thing that we're looking for GJ is the same thing I'm looking for to happen on gold. So what is it that I'm expecting for price to do? Come back to the top side, do the same thing that it did here, do the same thing that it did here, the same thing that it did before, which is trend to the top side, give us the inducement, and then go back down to the bottom. That's okay. I'm willing to wait. I'm fine with that. Right? That's the name of the game. You gotta be patient. So gold, gonna turn it off. Bitcoin. Where are we on Bitcoin? What is price doing? Oh, we're going down. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Go to Bitcoin on the lower time frame. What is price doing? Moving sideways. Right? Yeah, we finally got the push down to the bottom, which we could see on the 30-minute. Right? We could see that price gave us lower low, lower high, then went down and gave us a lower low. Right? So we're still on a downtrend for Bitcoin. So right now, we're still in an overall uptrend. But at this point, once again, the fact that we're trading at the highest point in the market, we're at the highest point in the market. I'm not going to trade it. I'm currently not trading Bitcoin. Right? Again, I treat every single pair the exact same way. Every single pair. The fact that ECAD is in peak formation high, the highest point in the market, I'm not going to trade it. GCAD, same thing. I'm not going to trade it. We're in peak high territory. Bitcoin, same thing. We're in peak high territory. I'm not going to trade it. It doesn't matter. Right? My rules are my rules every single time. It doesn't matter what pairs I'm looking at. Whether I'm looking at, again, the Forex charts, right, the currency charts, whether I'm looking at crypto, whether I'm looking at commodities, whether I'm looking at indexes, if I'm looking for option trades, it's all the same thing. It's rinse, wash, repeat. Right? So last pair that I go over, guys, oil, as you guys can see already, perfect fucking moves. But the ADR is already hit. Right? ADR for the day's already hit. It already made the move for the day. So nothing to trade, man. That's it. That's pretty much it for the day. There's nothing on my watch list for today. I'll give you guys another 2 minutes. Any questions, let me know. Any other pairs you want me to go over, let me know. If not, then that's it, man. There's nothing more we could talk about. Any questions at all? Any other pairs you want me to talk about? Anything you want me to break down? Anything you want me to explain, let me know. At 8 a.m., I'll give you guys another minute. We'll be done with the stream and we'll be back again tonight for the isolation session. No questions in the chat? Alright, guys. Gotta remember, this time is for you guys, man, not for me. I'm the full-time trader. I already know what I gotta look for. If you guys got no questions, then I'm gonna assume you guys already know what you want to look at, what you're looking for. You guys understand everything, which is dope. So, alright, since we have no questions in the chat, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll be back again tonight for the isolation session at 7 p.m. Eastern. Again, today was also bank holiday, so I'm kind of surprised that price moved the way that it did. Um, we had bank holiday for CAD, and I think we had AUD as well, but AUD was yesterday. It wasn't for today. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, AUD was Sunday, so kind of surprised that we made a lot of moves today during the Asia session, but that's okay, right? So just to get ready for the rest of the week, Tuesday for tomorrow, we have USD news at 10 a.m. Then that's it. Wednesday's clean, no news on Wednesday. Thursday we have GBP news at 7 a.m. And then for the rest of the day we're clean. Or no, Thursday we have unemployment claims at 8:30 for USD. So it should be a pretty good trading day on Thursday. And then Friday we have CAD news at 8:30. So not too much news going into this week. But alright guys, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Again, any questions before I leave? Anything else you want me to talk about? I'll give you another minute. 8:02 we'll be out of here. 45 seconds. Any questions at all? Anything you want me to go over? Any pairs you want me to talk about? Let me know. Once again, if not, that's pretty much it for today. We'll be back again tonight and then tomorrow morning. Anything at all, guys. Anything at all. Alright, seems like you guys are good. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out.